are there any prophecies about chimeras coming back to Earth? So let's jump all the way from Genesis to Revelation. We're gonna go from the front of the back of the book today, brothers and sisters. Revelation 9:7 through 10. And the locusts looked like horses prepared for battle, and on their heads were crowns like gold, and their faces were like the faces of men, and they had hair like women's hair, and their teeth were like lions' teeth. There's a lion again. And they had breastplates like breastplates of iron, and the sound of their wings was like the sound of chariots of many horses running into battle. And they have tails like scorpions and stings. And in their tails is their authority to harm men for 5 months. I mean, I don't know about you, brother. That's not like a chimera to you.
Sounds like one to me.
Me too. And that's all I got to say about that. So let's jump back to those really awesome books that they didn't put in the canon, but we got them today, thankfully. And the Father's waking people up to them. Do what now?
So that's a good thing.
Yes, sir. Amen. So Jubilee 7. So let's get a little more detail about what those good old watchers were doing. So Jubilee 7:21 through 24. For owing to these three matters, the flood came upon the earth. So we're about to get details on why the flood came from the book of Jubilees. Namely, due to the whoring by which the watchers, there they are, against the Torah of their laws, went whoring after the daughters of men and took wives for themselves of all they chose. And they made the beginning of uncleanness. And they brought forth sons, the Nephilim, which is the Nephilim in Genesis and Numbers 13. We'll see that verse in a little bit. But they were all evil, and they devoured one another. And the giant slew the Nephil, and the Nephil slew the Elo, and the Elo mankind, and one another. So here's the trickle effect of the sinful watchers bringing about all their evil, and how it's the trickle-down effect, and it's affecting everybody majorly in a bad way. And everyone sold himself to work wickedness and to shed much blood, and the earth was filled with wickedness. And after this, they sinned against the beast and birds. There it is, folks. The genetics were getting messed up back then. That's part of what was happening during Noah's day. That's going to come back before the Messiah returns. And all that moves and walks on the earth. Did it say half of what moves, or is it all? And much blood was shed on the earth, and every inclination and desire of men planned worthlessness and evil continually. So here we see proof of genetic manipulation that occurred back then, even with animals. So there's no limits to the evil of the watchers.
That last portion sounds like today. Inclination and desire of men plan worthlessness and evil continually. A good look at the culture surrounding us will tell you we're not far. We're not far from that.
Yep. Yeshua and Matthew 24 also said the love of many will wax cold, and it's happening, folks.